Yeah, hi guys, Namaskaram. I just put out a video saying that pull your kids out of school if you want to save their math, science, and arts interest. If you want to save their genius in all these areas, please pull them out of school. If you continue to have them in school, they will start teaching mathematics for them, 1, 2, 3 numbers, and they will disassociate quantities from numbers, and they will make them slightly better than the next kid in the class. There is no intention to make discover their potential. There is no interest in the education system to find out how awesome your child is. So very bold statement, right? Who is this guy? Why is he even thinking about all these things? And does he even have a solution? Is he just citing education system as a arbitrary problem? What experience does he have? What has he worked with? Does he know schools? Does he know colleges? Does he know advanced research? Does he know products? Does he know what does he know? Why is he even talking about all this, right? So I'm going to quickly tell my story, guys. About 2.5, 3 years ago, right, I moved to Chennai, and Chennai is a place where I speak my mother tongue, which is Tamil. So I started thinking about a lot of math, physics, advanced technology, computer architecture, everything in Tamil, and I discovered that things are much simpler. The way things work can be much simple understood in your native language. Not just that, uh, I was just then curious, why is this whole technology understanding so hard? Uh, is it because of the ambiguity of English? Is it because it is not taught well? Is it because the books are not written well? Is it because the teachers do not know? I kept asking these questions, and then I took grades 1 to 12, standards 1 to 12, maths, physics, chemistry, science books, and I crunched them all as a story, as a Tamil and English story. In 1 hour, I can say from counting to calculus and beyond to Fourier transform as a beautiful story. தமிழில் எனக்கே சொல்கிறதுக்கு அவ்வளோ அழகாக இருக்கும் கேட்குறதுக்கு. In English also, and physics and chemistry, I discovered these connections between mathematics and what is taught well at every stage and what is not taught well, and I have a very deep understanding of their syllabus. So why did I do that? uh, because my mind was still fresh. How can my mind be fresh after an education system that has battered everybody? How did it leave me fresh? Because fortunately, I went to a state board school and I resisted learning things that I did not understand. I could memorize, I had a photographic memory, but I resisted to think that I understood things. And I never was proving my adequacy to anybody. I never got even 1 mark to show to anyone in my life. I have never been arrogant over what I know. But I always wondered what makes people arrogant. Why is this arrogance seen in even children? Why is that slightly 10 marks better transforms as an arrogance? Who's injecting that arrogance, right? The education system is injecting the arrogance. The cost of it is phenomenal. Is in fact the whole detrimental nature of our society, and what we are fighting against is all connected to that. So I was talking about why is this arrogance, how is this brought about, right? So all the problem sets we have in mathematics, physics, chemistry, they are all analytically bloated. They are just combinations of puzzles, and you're pushing kids to play games which they are not interested in, because it is not concept. The concept component is very, very tiny in every problem. The analytical bloating is depending upon the bell curve they do, so that they can sort your marks based on how much money you have for, IIT, MIT, VIT, this IT, that IT, everything based on how much money you have. And the easiest way to sort it using these exams. So they are all analytically bloated in English, and English is ambiguous by nature. So you need to have seen that pattern of problem beforehand, and then you must have had access to English books as a child, as a rich child, and you should have slept well. You should have had a good breakfast or dinner. So all these things are all, tuition, big scam and mafia around tuitions, right? So they're again and again repeatedly teaching you only that problem set. So guys, this is a very painful problem. Okay, he's going to talk about all the problems that I face and my child is going to face. Does he have a solution? What is his solution? Does he even have uh, is he even radiating with life for what could be done in future? Or is he just going to cite all the problems and make one stupid video and move away, right? No guys, I'm passionate about this because I have two children, right? 10 years and 5 years. And I will not say the cliched statement that they are brilliant, they are smart. Every child, 200, 300 of them in the apartment complex that is behind me, and another apartment complex cluster, right? There are 400, 500 children here only who I've met personally, and I've traced their learning journey for the last 2.5 years. Enjoyed tracing their learning journey. And they all come to Arun Uncle, expose their questions, their minds, and they say, Uncle, this question has been unanswered for 3 years and you answered it today. Has a child ever said that to you? So I've enjoyed all that, right? I have two children. I want to make sure that anything that they learn has to be meaningful in academics, because academics has caused a lot of pain to mankind. Poverty, it is in the level of poverty to poor, is what exams are to middle class, rich, and even sometimes the poor, right? It's that painful, agonizing. Tomorrow there is an exam. Uncle, can you please come and teach me? I went to the child. She's so beautiful. She's learning everything so perfectly, but I told her mom that she will not get marks tomorrow because the question paper is expecting her to be arrogant. It is expecting her to crack those small twists here and there and pretend that she is intelligent. But she is enjoying those questions. She's affectionate with that paper. She's liking those nice patterns there. Not going to get her marks at all, and school will discard her as a failure. Please pull her out, is what my personal advice was. Not just to her, to many children who have all expressed so much love for what they learned over the last 2.5 years, but slowly they fade away as time goes by. Depending upon the age that your child in, if you pull him out her now, you will have a great chance of preserving their art, science, and math integrity. Because one small thing which is learnt wrongly stays forever. Unlearning is super hard. That is the reason why you cannot even digest this video, because you have to unlearn that schools are not the place to go to for education, right? They're just sorting. Teachers are, they are just merely puppets in the hands of academicians who want different marks. Like one question paper they said, "Pathingla sir, from 0 mark I got up to 100 marks sir." They want 100 different marks if they set the question paper, but child wants 100 marks. What does the system want? 100 different marks. For that, they'll bloat the analytical component. They'll give the problem sets to 10 people, increase the complexity, and then, oh, this guy cannot solve it, he cannot solve it. Okay, this is a good problem set. They will take it. They're doing literally terrible sorting of the problem sets, right? There is no concept, no new concept has been discovered and taught to children, and the joy of teaching is not there. So guys, again, right, I don't want to depress you with so many problems of what I have observed in this education system. Who have I all spoken to? I've spoken to virtually every school with my CSR, which is huge, and which with my personal capacity, right? I've spoken to every big brand of schools. They're all absolute crooks when it comes to admitting this, right? They are having a living. They're making sure that they are just moving on with their lives because they have children who have crossed that phase of life, or they're saying, no man, what is this? This is our feeding hand. Why do you want to even disturb this, right? They don't even understand the seriousness behind it. Now, spoken to IITs, many people, many technologists, many researchers. Is this the right way to teach calculus? Is this the right way to slowly move forward in subjects? Forget everything in CT1, first test, second test, study only this, only solve this problem only with the knowledge of trigonometry. Don't bring in vector algebra, don't bring in algebra, don't bring in this, only this problem, solve it, forget it, solve it, forget it, solve it, forget it, solve it, forget it, erase, right. For how many times can that brain take up? How many times can the brain erase and rewrite again and again? This is why CBSE students, they end up only being arrogant when they finish their curriculum and absolutely not receptive to any one new piece of learning also that can happen. Very rare it happens after that, but by the time they're already grown ups and I don't even want to disturb them. They let them be peaceful. I can only teach them yoga, nothing else, right? But children, I'm looking at 5-year-olds, 4-year-olds, my daughter, my son, children here. How can we let them go, guys? Their questions are beautiful, so deep, so profound. Why do you want to keep them in schools? Because of this so-called transfer certificate, otherwise they will not admit it. Next year is very serious. Next year some kind of exams, this, that, and degrees. Colleges will not admit you. What is your alternate system? NIOS. How can NIOS admit this? Can you do this? Then if you're a rich kid, can you go to IB? Can you do that, this, that, right? So many boards, confusions come to your picture. Let's just put that all aside. Let's just take that paranoia that our child will suffer like us. Correct? They are smart. We were smart too, but we didn't have an option because mom, right? I had 5 rupees when I had to go for my classes, right? IIT JEE classes in my hand, and I would accidentally sometimes drop it 15 kilometers away from my house. 5 rupee coin will roll somewhere. Now I have to find my way back. My mom was not there, right? So I can't be. If you said the same thing then to me, I would have been like, run away back to home. I've met a very strange guy. Now that is not the case with all of us. We are greedy now. We have everything that we need and we are greedy. We don't want the pain that we went through not to give them to our children, so we are looking for more shortcuts and making them lazy and putting them in tuition centers and comparing them against each other in marks and everything, right? So let us not think that our children will not be successful, right? Let's take that idea out of our minds first, correct? So they are bound to be extremely good, empathetic, connected to nature. This corona has taught them so many valuable lessons. Connect as a community, right? Where I'm standing here behind this place, I've connected to 300 400 children, right? One person can teach so many with passion. I can create 100 teachers in a short period of time. 100 teachers like me who can teach conceptually, asking questions from the child standpoint, with that childishness, quickly crunching problems, analytically solving also. We take chalk pieces, solve them on the floor as well. Speed is awesome. The games that they want to play, they are good. You pull them to a different game, they don't like it. Tomorrow there is a game that's going on here, which is called some CT exam in the school nearby, right? Absolute crime, guys. Crime. Absolute crime. Making them sit in front of online and printing PPTs and giving shortcuts and problem sets and just repeating only small set of things. This has got nothing to do with real life. So now, solution, community is your solution. Find people like me near you who can coach your children for free, 0 rupees. Anything in education is either priceless or a piece of crap. So do not find high five 50k a month, 1 lakh a month teacher and think that you can actually crack. Somehow this guy will magically ask all the questions to him and he will ask. No, the society has to ask questions among each other. The children who grow up together, they have to ask each other the questions because they are empathetic to each other's learning. When they start doing that, you see love in their eyes and they will crunch. Then connect it to practical science, DIY, whatnot, guys. Art, origami, Bharatanatyam, yoga, gardening. Everything has maths in it. Everything has science in it. Everything has biology in it. Everything has everything in it, right? And so give them the time. Give them what they love. And don't be greedy, don't be paranoid, don't be afraid that you don't have the time. How can I commit to pulling it out, and will I have to sit down and teach all the time? No. System, foster the system. Try to connect to people around you. I'm sure there are many people like us who are coming out. If not, write to me. I'll make sure that there is somebody near you who can do this in a safe environment. Number one thing that schools provide you is safety for the children, right? That is topmost priority. A community that is well networked and in through WhatsApps and through positive means reinforced and everything, right? Safe environment. Gated communities are ideal, right? So the moment I stepped into this community, I knew that this is going to happen one day, right? So there are so many children are so loving and we are doing great things together, right? I think that is important. So want to leave you with a little bit of ramble as well. Somehow, make sure that you come out of your comfort zone, that schools are your solution. So schools are not the solution. Schools can only bring out the arrogance in the child, can only compare them slightly to be better than others. In maths, physics, science, they will completely destroy using understandings that they are not familiar with, suddenly injecting new formula, injecting new concepts without them being ready for it at that point of time. So and they will exam them in a few days. So I just want to leave you with that thought, and please write back to me. I'm sure you know how to reach me because I'm sending this video to you. Please write back to me, and I'm going to be continuously in pursuit of this. I might look tired because it's a 15-minute video, but I've been doing this such a long time because I love children, I love education, I love learning myself, and so I'm not going to be tired at all. I just look tired because it's a long day, but looking at the child, looking at how much they are struggling, this is nothing, right? This is nothing, absolutely nothing. and things are bound to change. Things are bound to change. We are at a special point now where a lot of rich people are also looking at this problem and saying, oh, can I do this? Can I take the shortcut? No, somehow take the child out of school and do something, right? Earlier, if you are rich, you will go to a higher tuition center and put him in that same crap, deeper crap. But now, okay, is it really worth it? Because they are also exposed to companies. When all the company grade